So, next speaker, please also welcome Professor Paulina Panens, Senior Advisor for Indonesia Cyber Education Institute, Universitas Terbuka Indonesia.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Okay. We are on the second day of our conference. I believe we are going to find more interesting stuff today. So my title for the speech this morning is about reimagining MOOCs and online learning for Asia's future. Ladies and gentlemen, MOOCs and online learning in Asia mainly began as tools to widen access to education, especially for learners beyond the urban centers and established campus system. If you remember, the establishment of Sukhothai Thammasattirat Open University, for example, in 1970s, and then the Open University or Universitas Terbuka in Indonesia in the 80s, both are answering actually to the widening of access for our children. However, they are becoming part of broader transformation of higher education, lifelong learning, workforce development, and even regional mobility. My note starts with a simple shift. MOOCs are no longer only digital courses. In the AI era, they need to be reimagined as intelligent, quality-assured learning ecosystem where access, recognition, human support, and institutional trust remain central. Let us start with the 5 trends of online learning in Asia. You see in the online learning, the trends of online learning in Asia, you will find MOOCs is getting much more powerful than it used to be. First one is online learning is increasingly blended with the face-to-face teaching rather than replacing it. So in this case, we are saying again, it's about access, widening access. And then the second one is that MOOCs are becoming more skill-oriented, especially in areas such as AI, cybersecurity, big data, data science, business, and employability. Once again, it's about access and lifelong learning. The third, micro-credentials are growing as universities respond to the needs for shorter and more focused learning pathway. Once again, it's about access, personalization, and quality education. The fourth, governments and universities are paying more attention to recognition, quality assurance, and flexible pathways. It's about intelligent and trusted ecosystem. And the fifth, we have to be aware that although we are making progress in online learning and development of MOOCs, the digital divide remains a serious concern across countries, regions, institutions, and learner groups. These trends, ladies and gentlemen, reinforce the main argument that the future of MOOCs is not only about technology, but about meaningful and trusted eco-learning system. The first generation of MOOCs, once again, is about expanding access, was primarily shaped by access agenda. The key question at that time was that how university could provide quality learning opportunities for a large number of learners across geographical, economical, and institutional boundaries. This applies very much so in Indonesia. We have 17,000 islands, and the more developed island is Java, for example. All students at that time were focusing on coming to Java. This remains also relevant in Asia because the region is diverse, uneven, and geographically complex. Yet, as MOOCs matured, their role expanded beyond access. They become connected to lifelong learning, flexible pathways, micro-credential, quality assurance, and digital transformation. Looking back, the contribution of MOOCs in Asia can be summarized through 4 ideas: access, lifelong learning, mobility, and quality. MOOCs have widened learning opportunities, supported reskilling and upskilling, enabled course sharing and flexible pathways, and raised the needs for more systematic quality assurance. The study on MOOCs in higher education, in Asian higher education, in which Professor Tapani and colleagues also participated, shows that initiatives began with the Philippines You Learn project and Japan JMOOC in 2013, followed by China and Indonesia in 2014, then later KMOOC, Malaysian MOOCs, and Thai MOOC in 2016. These initiatives were adopted for different national reasons, but they share a common concerns of widening access, once again, supporting lifelong learning, enhancing student mobility, and providing affordable quality education. The ASEAN experience shows that MOOCs are not simply imported models from the West. Countries develop different models according to their own policy priorities, institutional capacities, and learners' needs. China built national-scale platforms and resource-sharing systems. Korea connected KMOOC with lifelong learning and credit recognition. Japan developed JMOOC through academia-industry collaboration, and Thailand positioned Thai MOOC as a national digital learning platform. Malaysia moved from a government-led model toward institutional implementation supported by quality criteria and credit transfer guidelines. The Philippines used MOOCs as part of the public service function of an open university, including teacher training and certification. Indonesia developed PDITT, SPADA, and ICE Institute to support course sharing, quality online learning, and recognition. This diversity is indeed one of Asia's strengths. These examples also show that MOOCs in Asia are not developing in a single direction. Some countries use MOOCs mainly to widen access, some support blended learning, some to build national digital learning platform, and others to promote lifelong learning and micro-credential. However, across these different models, the ASEAN MOOC development has shown that recognition, quality assurance, and collaboration are critical for successful of MOOCs. Ladies and gentlemen, I put over here the book that we produce regarding MOOCs in 7 countries. Professor Tapani is one of the writers. Professor Nurbiha is one of the writers. You can download from this link. It's free for you to use. Let us move on to the second generation of MOOCs. Suddenly, after offering online courses, the second generation of MOOCs is marked by integration, not only one single online courses distributed across massive audience. MOOCs are no longer used as a standalone course. They are increasingly embedded in the blended learning, formal course delivery, professional development, micro-credentials, and course-sharing mechanism among institutions. This is indeed a very good movement toward recognition. This shift also important because it shows that the future of MOOC is not only about openness, but also about network, connection with other formal higher education systems. In Indonesia, for example, ICE Institute support course sharing, access to quality online learning in Indonesia. In Malaysia, credit transfer guidelines provide pathway for recognitions. In Korea and Thailand, the MOOCs link with credit recognition and also credit bank systems. The current trend is therefore integration, not a replacement. Now move to the AI disruption and asking, are MOOCs becoming obsolete? Yesterday's discussion, we have come to the conclusion that no, MOOCs are not going to be obsolete, but MOOCs are going to be evolving. AI create real tensions for MOOCs. Traditional MOOCs are usually designed in advanced structure around learning outcomes delivered through modules and supported by assessment that require academic planning, carefully and time-consuming and resource-consuming. AI, in contrast, is immediate, conversational, adaptive, and increasingly personalized. This makes some MOOCs appear to be static when learners expect instant explanation and feedback and support. However, this does not make MOOC obsolete. It shows that MOOC model must evolve. MOOC, the stronger future model is an AI-enabled MOOC ecosystem, where AI support the learner experience while institutions maintain quality, assessment, recognition, and ethical oversight. At this point, let us think the purpose of MOOCs in the first place. This was the call coming from Professor Nurbiha yesterday. AI can personalize interaction, yes, but it does not automatically provide curriculum structure, academic validation, quality assurance, assessment integrity, credit recognition, or trusted certification. Therefore, the future issue is not whether AI will replace MOOC, but how MOOC with AI can evolve into more intelligent, learning-centered, and quality-assured ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, traditional MOOCs has some characteristics, and then the AI system has also some characteristics, but the future direction is combination of both the traditional MOOCs, the evolution of traditional MOOCs, plus the AI system into the future direction. The future is not to choose one over the other, but it's a combination of them carefully. AI-guided pathway, adaptive support, validated feedback loops, trusted micro-credential, and a more personalized learning ecosystem. I believe this is the call coming from Professor Maher just now, earlier this morning. In other words, AI may make MOOCs more personalized, but remember, quality assurance will make MOOCs trustworthy. MOOCs already carried an institutional and social function, not AI. We go into the third generation. It should be understood the third generation of MOOCs is intelligent learning ecosystem. In this model, MOOCs provide structure, learning outcomes, assessment, and course pathway, and lecturers must expectedly come with strong pedagogical and ethical capacity. This is why quality assurance in this case is becoming important in the AI era. And if once again we are trying to do a linking of MOOCs to credit transfer, certificates, micro-credentials, or formal higher education pathway, their value depends on quality, assessment, learner support, and recognition. We are doing the recognition study right now. Professor Tapani and myself are involved in that study. Hopefully it will be ready by the end of this year, yeah, Professor Tapani? Okay. I go to my own institutions. How does it evolve from the first inception, ICE 1.0 to ICE 2.0, up to now we are in the middle of ICE 3.0. This is an example. It is not only a platform for online courses developed in Indonesia, but a national marketplace and collaborative ecosystem for quality online learning. It brings together courses from Indonesian higher education, international university, and global MOOC platforms such as Thai MOOC, while supporting curation, certification, digital credential transfer recognition, and managing the marketplace and blockchain support database. Let us see. This is ICE 1.0, can be seen as a marketplace for quality online courses. So once again, online courses distributed massively across geographical areas. And then we go into second one, ICE Institute 2.0, strengthens the recognition layers through micro-credentials, credit transfer, and digital credentials. If you see on the left side there, there is a stages of macro, meso, and micro, and then there is also policy and regulation. So within the effort of developing ICE 2.0, we are also preparing the Indonesian government, Indonesian public with policy and regulation to adopt online education. So the effort is not only developing the institution and the courses and the users, but also the ecosystem that will facilitate the development of online courses in Indonesia. And then the third one, become AI-enabled. These are the three examples of AI-enabled, application that is available in ICE Institute right now. First one is curation application, or yesterday Professor Jintafi said about the Thai MOOC course analysis. So we have what we call curation application. And then we also have pricing calculator. Why? Because in Indonesia, determining the price of a single course, especially for public university, is very difficult. Public university used to have everything, funding, etc., provided by the government. They don't know how to put it, descatter the bulk into the pieces for pricing. So we provide pricing calculator, which is AI-enabled, and then also career guidance platform. It's a kind of mentoring for students who would like to go to a certain jobs, and then if they are not satisfied or they could not fulfill with the competency required by the job, they will go to ICE Institute or other course, online course providers to get themselves ready, and then they can go back to the platform and got mentoring, AI mentoring through the platform. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the first generation about democratize access to knowledge by making learning available beyond the limits of campus, geographic, and cost. And then the next generation must democratize trusted, personalized, and recognized learning with AI. This is moving forward, the priorities of moving forward. Once again, we need to shift from that side to this side. Like, for example, we don't need more MOOCs because through networking, we can use each other MOOCs actually. Yeah? But we need better quality MOOCs. So let us get together to shape how it is better quality MOOC. And then we are not really relying especially on online delivery itself, but we come to intelligent learning, for example. And then for certificates, it's easy now to get certificates. Yeah, everybody provides certificates. But what does it mean? Okay, it is possible for us to shape the certificates into more meaningful, that is recognized credential. And then technology adoption needs ethical AI governance, not only the technology, and then the national projects should be turned into collaboration regionally and internationally. And we have started, Indonesia and Thailand and Malaysia, I think, have started that, and also China. And in the future, we will collaborate more. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, first we ask question, how we can provide learning to everybody? For the future, we must ask a different question. How we can ensure that AI-supported learning is trusted, recognized, inclusive, and meaningful. The future of MOOCs in Asia is not about competing with artificial intelligence. It is about combining human intelligence, like Professor Tapani was saying yesterday, institutional trust, and artificial intelligence to build learning ecosystems that are open, quality assured, recognized, inclusive, and learner-centered. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let us work together stronger and collaborate more for our future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor. Kindly remain on the stage. We have a lot of questions for you.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. All of them are very interesting, but because we have limited time, so we are going to choose the top 2 most voted questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have like 10 seconds also. If you would like to vote for any questions, you may do so. But the first question most voted is?
As the MOOC aim to expand access to large number of learners, how can we design a quality assurance system that is rigorous without becoming too costly or complex for smaller institutions and unserved learners?
Thank you for the interesting questions. ICE Institute, as I mentioned just now, developed what we call curation system. The curation system is available for everybody who would like to test, to evaluate their own online learning course, online course. They can come to ICE Institute, and there will be 3 phases of the curation. The first phase is self-evaluation. So you can do, the application is there, just like a Google form, answering yes or no, how much do you think you have agreed to the standards, etc. And then later on, when you find your online course is not good enough, then you can go back and then revise it, and then later on come back to the system and then re-evaluate again. That is the first one. So it's free, it's for everybody. Even though their courses may not be posted in ICE Institute, no problem. You can use it. So that's one. The other one is the second one is when you are going to require deeper analysis by experts. So we provide a team of experts from our network when they would like to go into deeper analysis of each part or each component of your course. So that will be what you call fee-based. But the first one is free-based. So you can choose. As such, I would say there is a need for one platform or one application that can be accessible by everybody, smaller institutions, etc., if they want to try online education according to to a certain standard, they can just come and then free for everybody. But if you want to go deeper, then you have to afford that. So that's
Okay.
the first one.
And the second question, with AI becoming an intelligent learning assistant, how should the role of university educator evolve from knowledge provider to learning designer and mentors?
This is a very tough question. Right, Professor Maher? This is a very tough one. We are right now developing what we call a learning companion or teman belajar. We call it in Bahasa Indonesia, learning friends, learning company. It's not easy because in that sense that I'm as a lecturer, for example, need to shift my thinking saying that, oh, if I impose this material, that will be fine, students will learn. No, it's not that way. Now I have two students, the real students and the AI, and how I can combine with some tricks and the tricks of lecturers, of course, the tricks and tips and etc., so that both of them are learning. Not only the students are learning, but also the AI are learning. To tell you the truth, it gives me more white hair.
Well, that's a tough questions indeed, but I think your answers really give us some inspirations on how we can be a better educator in this AI eruptions era. Thank you very much, Professor.